So one thing you're gonna have to do, and I'll start with hooks in. And ideally, if you ever get your arm on somebody's neck like this, their hand's always gonna come up to defend it. Okay? If if you get your arms to somebody's neck and they're still fighting your feet, you should just constantly attack to finish it. So if they're not defending their neck, you should be able to finish. And that's one way, as you're doing this, if somebody's attacking your feet, you just start to like attack their neck, it'll almost always make at least one of their hands come up to defend, and that's gonna allow you to trap the arm. So whenever you can, you wanna look to try to trap an arm in with your upper body grip. And then as you're controlling somebody, you have to get used to, sometimes you have to take both feet out. There's gonna be a lot of times where you end up controlling with like one leg out, and he's able to push one leg out. So you have to be confident in controlling with just a single leg. You also have to be confident in, start to get your back and forth. As he starts to get his back and forth, like I've lost kind of everything here. So if I just try to hang on with my upper body, he's eventually gonna get out. If I just try to like hold on. So a lot of times you're gonna have to maneuver yourself as opposed to just kind of like yanking the person back. All right, so one thing you can do from here, if I can't get my legs back in, and so he's blocking me, I can't get my legs in, instead of trying to get my legs in, I'm gonna walk my legs away. I wanna keep my head really close, I walk my legs away, and I use this to come up. And now I can use that to turn, I'm gonna be able to sit him up, and then pull him into a position to take his back. All right? Same thing can happen if he ends up escaping in the other direction. He peels my hooks out, he starts to escape. Right? Remember, as long as I'm behind his elbows, I still have, I'm not on his back, but I have the ability to get to his back. Right? So if I just sit here and try to hang on, he'll eventually shrink his elbow to the floor and be able to turn in. But if he escapes his leg, starts to turn towards me, right? As long as I can keep my chest glued to his arm, I can just walk my legs away, come up, use my chest to turn to his side. Now my chest is on his back, and I can throw my feet in and go back to control. Right? So as you guys are doing this, two things. Now you're able to go for submissions to occupy your partner's hands. If a lot of times, tuck the chin, the choke's not necessarily there, it's going to give me control of his arm, right, which is going to allow me to control for a lot longer. Right? And again, remember, if your partner starts to escape, starts to get out, instead of just trying to throw your legs in and hold on in this position, think about walking your hips away. You have to keep yourself close enough to control, so I can't just like pull away. I have to keep some control of the upper body. Use that to come up, and then bring my legs back in. Right? The other thing that's going to happen a lot is, in a position like this, start to turn your knees. He's starting to get to his knees. If I just try to hang on, keep my hands locked, he's eventually just going to keep going. He'll eventually slip out. So remember, as long as you're behind his elbow, you're going to have a chance to keep control. So it starts to turn. As he turns, don't be afraid to use your chest, take a hand off and grab here. So it's sort of like rock climbing. I can get a hook on his lat here, pull myself up higher, and then get myself back in position to control. But you don't want to spend a lot of time just squeezing to try to hold the person in place. Like if you feel your partner getting away from you, a lot of times it's a good idea to just let go with your hands and switch your grip to a different position. So my hand's going to go under his elbow. I wouldn't want to grab over his elbow. So grab left and turn. That allows me to follow. Right? Whereas opposed to a lot of times, if you just hang on, now it's very hard for me to follow because my arms are occupied. If I just switch my grip, I use my hands to get some height. So again, now, this round, you can attack with submissions. So if they have a gi on, you can look for the gi chokes. If you guys don't have a gi on, you can look for the rear naked. You can also, we'll start with hooks in. You can attack arm bars and triangles from the back too. So you don't just have to worry about choking from the back. You can attack the arms too. But just remember those things. Sometimes you need to unlock your hands to get better control of the person. And so it's not always about squeezing as tight as you can. A lot of times turn. As a turn, I'm going to pull over. I'm going to follow a lot better than if I just squeeze and keep on the body. And also be willing sometimes. You lose control of your legs. Use the rest of your body. So using my chest to push it over so you can get your feet back in. All right? 1, 2, 3.